Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Janae. Today we're going to be talking about some things that I've learned so far living in my car. Okay, so I went from my room in my mother's house to my car. So it's kind of a drastic change. It's not like I went from a house to a car or a house to an RV. I mean, either way, you're gonna have to get rid of things. I have my essentials in here. Even with just the essentials, the way that you have to reorganize every single day, or at least put things up as soon as you're done using them. Like in my setup, at least, I don't have a kitchen. I don't have a kitchen sink. So literally I have this little portable blender, and when I make a smoothie in the morning, after I finish drinking it, if I just put it down, no, I have to actually find a way to fit that into my day and cleaning it. If I'm driving, because usually I'll stay at a hotel parking lot and then I'll drive to wherever I'm going the next day. Or if I'm going from a hotel parking lot to a Planet Fitness, I'll just bring it in there and clean it. But then I have to put it back where my kitchen stuff is. And just overall, after I go hiking, I have to take those clothes off because I don't want to mix my outside clothes on my bed. This is really like my outside section. Then we got my bed area over there. This is also where I pee at. It's just like everything is mangled together because it's such a small space, which for me is not that big of a deal. It's just something that I just have to get used to, you know? So yeah, with everything being so mangled together, you don't want to feel claustrophobic in your space. I have plenty of catch-all areas, and one is where I put my shoes, which is behind my driver's seat. My passenger seat is usually my catch-all area, but I'm trying to keep that one more clean. I don't want it to feel like I've got a whole bunch, like I don't want to feel like a mess. And so reorganizing and just putting things away, throwing things away every time you get a chance. That's what I've been trying to do so far. I haven't really done like backcountry camping or just like camping out places that are not in the city. That's the next goal, not having to rely so much on city parking lots, finding places to sleep in cities, trying to rely less on that and to just be able to function fully out of my car. Talking about cities, finding a place to sleep in the city was low-key so hard. It wasn't that hard, but it was just so nerve-wracking because in cities, you're more likely to see you're more likely and susceptible to anybody trying to break into your car, anybody walking around your car, being curious. You're just more susceptible to people. More people live in cities. So I tried to find parking at a hospital every night that I was on my travels, because hospital parking lots are primarily the safest place that you're gonna find in a city, because it's normal for people to stay overnight in a hospital parking lot, and most of the time hospitals have like hospital security, and for me that just was a little more reliable. It was my mother, everybody just felt comfortable with me staying at a hospital, so that's what I tried to find every night. Of course, I was in different cities every night. There's one point where I was in Atlanta and I was trying to find a hospital to go to sleep at, and it took me to downtown Atlanta. If you've ever been to downtown Atlanta, if you've ever been to Atlanta, you would know you don't want to sleep there. You don't want to park your car overnight in downtown Atlanta. No, you don't want to do that. Anyway, either way, I wasn't able to find parking that was free at any hospitals in downtown Atlanta, because they all had parking garages, which you had to pay for, and they all had little like gates that you had to pay for. One of the parking garages that I went to, it was like $16 for 24 hours. And I was like, which that might be a little cheap if you really think about it, because if you were to go to like a RV park, or if you were to go to a national park and pay for parking there where the RVs go, it would probably be like $32+ to do that overnight for a day. I ended up finding a hospital in a smaller town. It's in my last video if you want to go check that out. All of my videos, I have slept at hospitals so far. I slept at one place that was not a hospital. It was the side of the road. It was a lake pull-off, and I can't even consider that sleep, because I did not sleep. First of all, I was laying there the whole time scared. I wasn't scared, I was controlling my breathing, but it was just like, if somebody comes, knocks on my window, what am I gonna do? And it was just like that reoccurring, but then I had to center myself, you know, it's okay, in and out breathing. But why don't we just avoid that? So for me, hearing the car swooshing by, my mom brought up the fact that, you know, you never know, somebody could be drunk driving, and if they were to hit your car, you wouldn't want that to happen while you're sleeping in it, and blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? So Some people sleep at Planet Fitness parking lots. I did go to a couple Planet Fitnesses and I didn't sleep in their parking lots because that just isn't, for me, that just doesn't feel safe and secure. But from now on, I know that a lot of people sleep at truck stops and rest areas, which those are more, to me, seem more like reliable than a hospital. I don't know, it's really like it depends on where you are, what's in your area type thing. But from now on, I know that there is service roads when you go to national parks and stuff like that, or state parks. Sometimes there's service roads. National forests for sure have service roads where there is dispersed camping, so that's what I'll be doing from now on, like majority of the time. Yeah, I just feel like a quieter place would be much more beneficial for my sleep, because my sleep at most of the hospitals wasn't horrible, but it wasn't the best sleep I could have had. I like to crack the windows so that I get a little bit of airflow coming in, as well as sometimes I will use a fan. If I have windows all the way up, then for sure I'm gonna fan that I pull out and turn on, and that'll keep me cool. But while I was in Georgia, it was definitely cold at night and I did not need my fan. I just cracked my windows and went to bed, okay, and I felt good. So as you can see, I am in my bed. This is my pee cloth, but I washed it, so don't worry. Anyway, what I learned so far is you want to build a comfortable bed, okay? If you get one thing from this video, you need a comfortable bed. Whatever you're doing, make you some type of comfortable bed. Get you some foam cushion, something, because at first I originally had a self-inflatable camping sleeping pad type thing, but as I slept, the thing would deflate, and like, hello, I have this hard behind cardboard that I'm just laying on top of, and mine is not even, it's kind of like a little dip. Since I'm on foam right now, it doesn't bother me, but when I had that sleeping pad, oh no ma'am, don't do it. Don't do it. Find you some type of really comfortable sleeping stuff, something that feels like home, you know, something where you can really get some good rest, because you don't want to feel like a crazy person. You don't want to start going crazy because you're not sleeping and then you're just on go. You're constantly in this survival state. You're just on guard because you're not in the security of your four-wall home, you know what I'm saying? Although I feel secure in my space, I feel like the security comes from inside. But yeah, of course, when you don't sleep, regardless of how good your mental is, you're gonna begin to go a little delirious. You're gonna start becoming delirious if you're not getting enough sleep. That's just our brain. But anyway, make sure you get you a good, nice, make sure you make you a really nice bed, because I learned from experience. And another thing is blocking out the light from inside. I have these little fairy lights and I have yet to turn them on while it's nighttime, because I know that if I don't put my window covers that I made, they don't fit my window, all of my windows completely. So there's little gaps in between on certain windows, like my back window, this window that you guys are on, my windshield. Although I do use 2 windshield covers to cover the whole windshield, it still doesn't get every single corner of the windshield, and light will escape. So for me, I know a lot of people use the WeatherTech window covers, but my window covers have 2 layers of reflecting. There's a little gap in between that allows the to double the reflectix power, so it keeps the inside of my car way cooler than any one ply of reflectic. So I don't know how I'm going to figure out how to extend my window covers a little bit, because I need them to block out, I need to block out all of the light from coming in. Haven't figured that one out yet, because not a lot of tape is like heat proof. I was thinking like putting black tape around it to like build extra here, but I don't know. So overall, being a solo female traveler is so fun. Honestly, like, it's so fun. I've met so many nice people. There's this dude at the gym. I literally went into the gym, y'all. I went into the gym, used the bathroom, cleaned my blender. I walked to the ab section, and then I was like, yeah, no, I'm not feeling this. So I was walking out, and the dude was like, oh, whoa, what's up? Why you leaving so soon? And he was just so nice. And it was just a good experience. And then I went to Amicola Falls. Just be messing that name up. So I had to look at my sticker to make sure I got it right. But yeah, I went to Amicola Falls, and there was this family. After I finished hiking up, I saw the beautiful falls. Go watch my last video if you haven't seen them, because they're gorgeous. And I went there. I came to like the little viewing point where you can see the fall from the top to the end, and then there's like rocks where it just goes down and goes into this little pond area. But I took a photo for them, and then they took a photo for me, and the whole time they were just hyping me up, and it was just like, you guys are so sweet, and they were so nice, and it was a great experience with them as well. The man who worked at the visitor center was so sweet to me. He explained the trail so well. At first I didn't understand. He was like, do you want me to go like more in depth, because I can really get into it? And I was walking out, and I was like, please help me out a little more, because I don't want to be lost out there. If you know me personally, you know I have been shy in the past, but I'm coming out of that. It's just helped me come out of my shell a little bit. I have to talk to people, because nobody else is going to ask the question for me. And I don't want to be lost. So I have to come out of my shell. Being a solo traveler, solo female, has allowed me to just reprogram my mind a little more, because it's like, I am who I have to live with every day. So if I don't like me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just allowed me to work on myself more and get to know myself, because nobody else is here with you, and you do what you want to do. There's nobody to answer to. So it's just like amazing. I am just loving every bit of this. And a lot of people may think, you know, being a solo female traveler is unsafe. They might have a lot of negative things to say to you. But honestly, security comes from within. Yeah, there is things that could happen, which same things that could happen in a car, same thing could happen at a house. I mean, somebody can rob your house, somebody can rob your car. Your house can catch on fire, your car can catch on fire. There's so many what ifs, but like, why focus on the negative what ifs? What about the positive what ifs? Like experiencing things you've never been able to experience, having a good time. I just rather would focus on the good things than the bad. When we're talking about security, I have a lot of ways to protect myself in this car. At every entrance, there is something that I can use to protect myself. Instead of focusing on what negative things could happen, I'd rather just be prepared in any case and just focus on the good and just let the bad dissipate from my mind. There's no need for it to be in there. So I don't even focus on it. Overall, I have loved this experience so far. I'm so excited to continue and to see more places. Like, the canyons were so cool, and I was like, whoa, canyons in Georgia? Like, I thought you had to go to like the Grand Canyons to see some canyons. I don't know. I've lived in North Carolina and Florida for my whole life. Those two states go back and forth. I go back and forth. But just to see the different terrain in one state was just like, what? Even here in Florida, the same thing. I'm back in Florida, if you didn't know. Where I live, there's a lot of palm trees, and I don't really like this area because I like the trees that give off the oxygen. Palm trees, they don't do it for me. I don't really think they're cute. They kind of upset me. It's like, what the freak is their purpose? There's no fruit coming from it. They're not giving oxygen. I really like oak trees, Spanish moss. I really love that stuff. So I've seen that here in Florida. Like, when you go into Florida, you see a lot of that. But here where I live in Florida, I don't see that. I see a lot of palm trees, so I don't really like that. That's okay, because my vehicle has given me the opportunity to explore and to see more, and it's just really, really great. I'm just so grateful for this opportunity, and I hope you guys learned something from this video, because that is what I have learned from my car journey so far. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you will be able to take something away. If anything, please make you a comfortable bed. That's all I have to say. Make you a comfortable bed. Make you a comfortable bed. We love to see it. I will talk to you guys in the next one, and bye.